I'm Kyle Reed, President and CEO of True Shot Ammo, here with your weekly update for August 12th, 2025. In our first story, we're talking about price increases. News that nobody wants to hear, but we have confirmed from Winchester they've got roughly a 4% price increase coming. Some products are going to be more, some products are going to be less. The Kinetic group, you know them as Federal, CCI, Remington, and a couple other brands. They've announced a September 1st price increase, but we don't have the amounts just yet. We got confirmation last night. Fiocchi has a price increase. We did take a price increase from Maxxtech. Interestingly enough, no price increase is expected from PMC, and we have not seen one from Hornady. Don't have a say if we're, or don't have a really understand if we're going to see one or not. So we do expect price increases from other vendors as well. So when you see your prices going up on the shelves, remember it's not us. It is just part of the system. Tariffs are affecting that dramatically. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have questions. Why are tariffs from foreign countries going to affect U.S. ammo companies? It's a great question. A lot of products do get imported. So for example, take Fiocchi. They do manufacture in Missouri, but they also manufacture in Italy. So tariffs will affect that Fiocchi product that's being imported from Italy. There's also a lot of primers and components and powder that comes from overseas that will be affecting the tariffs. So while they're American companies and they may make some components here, most companies are not fully integrated or they don't have enough capacity, so they still need to bring in product from foreign sources, which are subject to tariffs. So it will come into effect, which is why you're seeing American companies like Winchester, like the Kinetic Group, pass on some price increases. Now on to our second story. We're talking about Magtech again and the Brazilian tariff. As of August 6th, there's a 50% tariff on most Brazilian goods. Right now, that will affect ammunition. We do know that Brazil's working behind the scenes to either get an exception, reduce tariffs, and they're working hard on that. Now, the problem is the 50% tariff likely takes them out of the market until they get their facility in Oklahoma built, and that's several years out. So while we're hopeful that they will get a deal done for Magtech and the Brazilians, it's to be seen whether or not that actually happens. Further, we do have a 20% tariff on European product. So that's going to hit. That's probably why we're seeing an increase from Fiocchi. Haven't heard from Seller and Bellet yet, but they do have a 20% tariff. The other interesting one that we find is Turkey. Turkey's got a 15% tariff, but they're usually that price point ammunition. So that could take them out of the market too. So could be in for a spicy rest of the year, depending on what happens with demand coming into late Q3 and Q4. If we see a big spike in demand and the Brazilians aren't there and the cheap imports from Turkey aren't there, we could be in for a wild ride. Our third story today is coming out of California and a big legal ruling for the ammo industry. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned California's law requiring background checks for ammunition, ruling that to be unconstitutional. So that created some confusion in the marketplace, but the California DOJ did clarify, and there's still some procedural rulings that need to go into effect before that law goes into place. So we're expecting that to happen probably late this year or early next. But this is a huge legal win for the 2A community in the state of California, because if that law continues into effect, what we're going to see is the ability to ship ammunition direct to your door in California. That's your update for the week of August 12th, 2025. I'm Kyle Reed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about this channel. Thanks a lot.